Hello everyone, today I'm here to talk about my favorite fictional couple. It's no secret that I love love. So with that, I have a whole list of favorite couples that I like and why I like them. I'm going to talk about my top 10 favorite fictional couples. Now these are in no order except for the very last one. So let's get into it because I have a lot to talk about full of love and amazing couples. So first up, I have one that you may agree with, you may not. We'll have to see and test the waters out, but they're just an all-time favorite of mine. So the first couple to talk about is Edward and Bella from Twilight. I've always been Team Edward ever since I first read the series when I was 16 or 17, I forget, but I've always loved them as a couple. Yes, they have their many flaws, you know, her being a little bit too weak, him being a little bit too protective, you know, the whole love triangle thing. Yes, I know there are flaws. I've always loved Edward, I always will. I'll always be an Edward and Bella fan because, I don't know, it just reminds me of my high school years and just reminiscing reading this. I was like, oh, Edward, I love you. Next up is a couple from a contemporary novel, and it's the only one I have listed on here from a contemporary novel, and that is Lina and Kostos from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. You've heard me talk about this countless times. I love this series so much, and I love Lina and Kostos so much. And the reason why I picked them is because there are a lot of couples I like in different contemporary novels, but it's hard to really say that they're my favorite because there's only one book of them I get. In this series, we get to see Lina's and Kostos' relationship progress, not progress, over 4 different books. So you're getting a lot of different aspects with that. That's why I put them on this list, but I also put them on this list because I love them. She's such the artistic soul, he's the fisherman, and he's Greek, and it's just so beautiful in the relationship, and it's amazing. I highly recommend you read this series. I will always recommend you read this series. Next up is Katniss and Peeta from the Hunger Games. As I said for Twilight, I've always been a Katniss and Peeta person. I never ever liked Gale and Katniss together, never. I've always been a Peeta girl through and through. I think because they make each other strong. I always love the couples that are fire and ice. You know, you always got a fiery person and one that's a little bit more calmer. I think that's really helpful in a relationship. So I've always loved Katniss and Peeta because I think they help each other. I think they help ground each other. I think they just really complement each other really well, and I am very happy about them. I've always been a Katniss and Peeta shipper. I love them. No list would be complete without Jace and Clary. I've loved Jace and Clary from the beginning. There are many mishaps, many trials, many errors, but they're so full of love and amazing. Jace is so cocky. Clary, I love Clary. I have my qualms with Clary. She's a awesome kick-butt character, but she makes a lot of bad decisions, very rash decisions. But as a couple, I love them. I think they're great, they're funny, they're hilarious, they're romantic together. I love them so much, and I'm so happy reading them throughout this whole, 6-book series. I can't get enough of Jace and Clary, and every time they show up in a new book, I just want more of them because they're so amazing. With that, I'm also putting on this list Tessa/Will/Jem. This may be spoilers for you. If it is, I apologize. Just forewarned. I put both of them on here because when I first read this series, I was very much Team Will, and the more I read this series, I was Team Jem. This is the one series I am very conflicted on. Like, I'm okay with both sides of the triangle, you know? It's very rare I do that. Sometimes I will switch parts of the sides of the triangle, but most of the time I usually stay on my side of the triangle, but never have I ever liked both of the sides of the triangle. This is the only series where I feel like that has happened to me because I like Will. He's very strong, very sarcastic type of guy, but I like Jem because he's a gentler, quiet soul that plays the violin, and they're both great for Tessa, and Tessa wins. Like, she gets both in their lifetime. I mean, girl, you got it going on. You had Will, now you have Jem. I mean, you got it made. But I love both of them equally. I think they're both great, and that's why I had to put them both on this list because they're both equally amazing guys, but just, I mean, girlfriend's got it going on. Next up, I have Cassie and Evan from The Fifth Wave. I love The Fifth Wave. I've always loved The Fifth Wave. The second book, I don't like so much. The movie, I don't like so much. But I've always loved the relationship of Cassie and Evan because it's so, you know, different with the whole mistrust and him and the finding out about him and all that other kind of stuff, but I really have always liked them because they're just a great couple to read about. I love couples that I can just instantly read about and fall in love with, and it's just amazing. So they're on my list because I love Cassie and Evan, and I'm excited to see where the third book takes them. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I don't know, but I'll always really like them because they're just such a cute, very strong couple in this huge, horrible time of aliens going on. Next up, and this may be cheating because I don't know. But I have every, like, relationship from the Lunar Chronicles. You know, the Lunar Chronicles is 4 books, and it really follows all of these different characters, but within every new book has somewhat of a new relationship. So the first book we get Cinder and Kai, the second book we get Scarlet and Wolf, third book we get Cress and Thorn, fourth book we get Winter and Jacqueline. I don't know how you say his name. But I'm going to pick 2 from this because I think I have 2 that are my favorites. My first favorite with Cinder and Kai. I love them. I think they're great. You know, it's the classic story of, you know, a Cinderella story, obviously, Cinderella retelling. But, you know, you have a poor girl, poor android girl that falls in love with the prince. It's a classic story and it's amazing, and they're such an amazing couple. My second favorite couple from the Lunar Chronicles is Cress and Thorn. I love Thorn so much. I've said time and time again, Thorn reminds me so much of Han Solo. You know, he's the arrogant pilot that thinks, oh, I'm the best, all the ladies want me, I'm the best pilot, da da da. Then he has this beautiful, sweet, amazing girl fall in love with him. Now, are Cress and Princess Leia similar? I'm going to say no. I think Princess Leia is she puts a lot more strong front in her. Cress is kind of timid at first, but I love them as a couple. I think they're great. I love all the couples from Lunar Chronicles, but if I had to pick 2, it would be Cinder and Kai and Cress and Thorn. And if you haven't read this series, get on it. I also forgot to mention that I also have Simon and Isabel on this list. I never thought when I first started reading The Mortal Instruments that I would like Simon and Isabel as a couple, but I do. They're so amazing. You know, you have such this strong girl that is so sassy, so, you know, strong, and you have this boy that's kind of pining for another girl, and he's kind of timid, and then the strong girl, falls for this boy, and then they fall in love, and it's just an amazing relationship, and I love them so much as a couple, and that surprises me, but doesn't surprise me in a way, but I love them. I loved reading about them in the Tales of the Shadowhunter Academy. I wanted more and more and more, and I just think they fit and they equal each other so much. Next up on this list should be a surprise to no one, and that is Fleur and Triss from Divergent. I love Divergent. I feel like my love has lessened for it quite a bit since the movies came out because I've yet to watch Insurgent and Allegiant. I don't know if I ever will. Probably not, but I'm not gonna lie. The movies and the horribleness that they are have made me love this series less, but I will still always love Triss and Fleur because I think they're so amazing. I've always loved Fleur. Fleur has always been my favorite guy ever, and that still rings true for the most part. I love Fleur. I think they're great together. They're both very strong couple. You know, they're the quintessential strong couple. You know, they both rely on each other's strength, and they need to, but I will always love Triss and Fleur, even though the movies are just, you're messing my books up. You're messing them up. Next up on this list is it's a new couple, and it also may be a spoiler for you for the Court of Thorns and Roses series, so if you don't want to watch that, skip ahead a bit, but I'm just letting you know, spoiler ahead maybe. But the couple I'm talking about is Fair and Rysand from A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I just finished this bad boy a couple weeks ago, and I am Team Rysand 100,000%, 50,000,000%. I love them. Like, they are quickly becoming my favorite couple because they are so amazing together, so steamy, so awesome, so just strong, so just help each other, build each other up, let them be their own person. I just, to say I'm obsessed with them would be a huge understatement, you know? I just love them as a couple. I think they're great. They're both strong. They both balance each other out. They both let each other be their own person, which is amazing. I mean, I am a book hangover from this book insanely because of the awesomeness of this couple. Like, do yourself a favor, read this couple because it'll blow your mind. The last couple should come to no surprise to anybody ever. And of course, my favorite OTP fictional couple, whatever you want to call them, will always and forever be Ron and Hermione from Harry Potter. I have loved Ron and Hermione ever since probably The Goblet of Fire really started for me, because you really start to see them progress, and you know, you think, oh, I see something's going to go on here soon. And you have 7 books to really mull it over, to learn more about them, to see how they, you know, get along with each other. You know, they're so great. You have Ron, such the funny, laid-back guy, with Hermione, such the very strong, you know, fierce, schedule-oriented, you know, smart girl. And they just are so amazing together. I think they really balance each other out. And it makes me sad when J.K. Rowling says that I think if she rewritten it, she wouldn't put them together. She thinks that was a really bad choice. And that makes my heart hurt, because I think they're amazing together, and I always will think they're amazing together. Am I scared about Harry Potter and the Cursed Child of their marriage, and will they be divorced? Yes, I am. I think that will probably happen, and I can't handle that. This couple has kept me going since I was like 14 years old, people, okay? I need them. They are the the best. Is it obvious that I like them? I mean, it's not obvious. It's too obvious. So there you have it, my top 10 favorite fictional couples. Now, I know I probably left some of your favorites off this list, but these are my really 10 that I think that I really like and I really love. Now, of course, as new books come out, I find more new fictional couples to love, and so I'll probably make an updated video in like a year or two. Who knows, because books are amazing and fictional couples are amazing and I can't get enough of them. Please let me know down in the comments who your favorite fictional couples are. I would love to know because I know everyone's got their favorites and I would love to hear yours. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
My broken